other kids get in trouble?
Yes.
Let's just sit with the thing you don't, that's distasteful. What is it that's distasteful? The kid being, what you, in the other room, sounded like you wanted accountability in the adult world. And what sounds like what might be getting imposed upon adults from the desire space of kids is that they don't want to see someone getting punished. I agree. I don't either. I don't like to watch the America's Funniest videos when people get kicked in the nuts. But some people like that shit. Just like this Anon person's here for whatever their own self-entertainment is. You can't choose the pleasure or displeasure of others. You can only choose your reaction to it. So sit with, what is it that the kid's getting in trouble for? And do you want to grant that the kid shouldn't be in trouble for anything? Or that the punishments might be too severe? Or the way that it was handled? But I think granting the premise is where you feminized what just happened. And I'm just joking about feminization, because I think that that's a derogatory, that why are you associating gender to anything? What does feminization mean?
I think
like you're just using it as a derogatory.
Yeah, I think you're really referring to being like more submissive.
Yeah, and so it's just like can we just find a different label that's just
okay? That's fine.
But I actually don't think that I'm not offended by the use of the term. I think it's absolutely fine, because even if you like read the Tao Te Ching, there's the masculine and then there's the feminine, the yin and the yang, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that like use of the term. I think Alan was using it correctly.
Okay,
I was trying to push back on the toxic masculinity. I that's all I meant is a counter to toxic masculinity. I think there is such a thing as too much passivity on the part of people who may doing things have too much condemnation from the mother in their life, or we don't want to upset grandpa, we don't want to upset uncle so-and-so, so we let him go on about his obnoxious views.
Well, what we know about sociology is that there is a bystander effect, and a lot of people might be bystanders, but to think that their parental relationship is the cause of it is jumping the gun.
Okay, David, that's fair. And I'm glad, Victoria, that you weren't offended. I just meant it as a counter. Victoria had been talking about toxic masculinity, and I agree with her. I'm absolutely in agreement that toxic masculinity is a problem, and that my masculinity shouldn't be determined by whether I own a gun or not.
Yeah, but I was referring to the how that term masculine has been butchered by the toxic individuals that think of, like, the reason it's even called toxic masculinity, it should just be called toxic dumb fucks. Sorry,
okay.
Excuse
me. No, that's fine. Okay, then that's fine.
I don't think it's very masculine.
Right.
I think these are people that I don't think have authority in their own lives.
Yes.
That end up basically, or they feel like they've, maybe they suffered weird childhoods where their fathers didn't love them or something. I just don't think that these are I think masculinity appears far different. It's more capable. It's somebody that is able to wield influence, not through, the sword, but be able to encourage people to follow them. Like, that's not what we're seeing in these, the infinities and others of the world.
And I guess what I was referring to is people who I know, women who I know in my life, who dumb themselves down because they're smarter than their husbands, and I find that to be really obnoxious. Like, I like intelligent women, and I don't think femininity and intellect have anything to do with each other. In other words, you don't dumb yourself down because you're female.
There's a lot of people that are like feminine leaders. I don't think that femininity or masculinity have anything to do with being, intellectually apt or a good leader.
So we're on the same page. And David, thank you for pushing that. See, now Dr. James made me nervous, because what I really meant to say in that room is I didn't mean to say I was trying to disagree with Victoria or with Rachel. What I was trying to say was there's another side
Can
to that.
we
There's another
explore this topic further?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I meant. And the language, it's like now I've got a thing against. I never want to talk about penetrating a market, because I used to work with a woman who got upset when that was used, because she thought that was a sexist way of approaching it. Like, okay,
I don't like
I
I don't like policing language, because I think having learned different languages and taught, like, teaching English as a second language, people have different ways of referring to things,
Exactly.
depending on the culture, depending on how they learned the language, and they're colloquial terms that shouldn't spark ire in people.
Alan, you're free to penetrate anytime you want.
Thank you. And I really like the discussion. I will add that I cannot work with O&M people. That's people who teach travel skills, who are too cautious. I just can't do it. They if they have too many don'ts and avoid this and avoid that, I can't work with them. Chemistry, it just won't work. So I appreciate you not being a language police, Victoria, and I appreciate you understanding what I mean. I'm not. Anyhow, we're done. I'm done on that topic, at least. Is our non-friend still here?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, full lubed up, probably mid-stroke.
Oh, jeez.
Is that a penetrating illusion?
That was a penetrating illusion. I love that. That was really something. Wow. Wow. Okay. Now. Oh, God, that's too good. Oh, man.
I missed my calling, I guess. Damn engineering school.
Yeah, comedian,
It's all about entropy and enthalpy and efficiency.
Yeah, but I like synergy more than
Victor.
entropy.
No, I was talking about mechanical engineering, both with quantities that are esoteric for most discussions.
By the way, before we go, I've got to bring Brian up for a reason.
I actually have to run, but it was a nice conversation prior to this Anon person coming in.
Thank you, Victoria. We hope to see you around.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, Victoria.
Andrew, I'm sorry, not Andrew. Brian, did you hear about yesterday's little incident? And we will not mention the person who is involved because there isn't an on here.
Yeah, just say the capsizing.
Just
say the capsizing. Use colorful, poetic.
A person we both know. Have you heard about this little dust up?
No.
Okay. Well, sometime, unfortunately,
somebody under the water raised a flag and it lost its water tightness and had to be scuttled.
Yeah.
That happens every week.
Well, Brian, I'm going to look for you at some point when I think it's a little more confidential and tell you about it. But a certain individual that we both know, it deserves many kudos for standing up for themselves. And if that's not vague enough, I don't know what is.
That's plenty vague. You're right. You guys can take it up.
What were they arguing about?
It was a moment to stand up for oneself, and the person didn't take the feedback very well, gracefully, even though he's more than competent to stand for scrutiny. Let's put it that way. Die.
Die.
No, No, anyway, he didn't. He dove before battening down the hatches.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Okay, Andrew, send me the person's name so I can knock them off my list.
Oh, no, don't. It's not. I don't know if he's even on your list.
I'm going to close the room, you guys, because of this Anon character. But thank you. It's been a good chat.
May they not be penetrating anymore. Later.
Later.
Au revoir.
Okay, so I actually may have a couple of bras that you can have. Because they cost way too fucking much to just be like, oh no, what am I going to do with this? And then be looking stupid. Because my cup size has not gone down by any stretch of the imagination, but my band size has. Mm-hmm. So the other day I had a bra on and I had to like take the straps and crisscross them to get more tension.
I haven't had to do that in a good minute.
When I tell you, I was like, this bra costs too much.
Yeah, when I started developing and not stopping, I used to have to get like bra size up just so like
I miss anything here. So he's using it a little bit as an assistant, but never to write the original work. As far we do work with screenwriters, if that's what you're asking about a treatment. That is, we've had people do the workshop. I mean, I've been doing workshops in real life for, a long time. This just happened to have developed organically on Clubhouse because people had projects and they knew my background, so they were coming to me, and I do work with individuals on books. And I ended up being asked if I would do the workshops, and that's how it developed. But originally it was just books, but we've had people who have screenplays, if that's what you mean by treatments.
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. So, perfect. Well, best of luck, and maybe one day I may be visiting you. I'm working on this concept where this one Puerto Rican and Dominican woman from New York goes to live to Texas, and then she slowly transforms from a liberal to a MAGA Republican, and she ends up terrorizing online platforms. I think I want to name this person Melody as a title, because that's just what jumps out at me.
Yeah.
What do you think of that premise?
I love it.
You know, he talk about you. Listen to like what he talk about there.
He's talking to me.
He was talking about you.
Wait. What makes you think I'm talking about Mel? I said Melody.
Nigga, you are so annoying, damn. I can't stand you.
What he said. I'm not even listening because I'm walking to the pool, so I didn't even hear what he was saying.
I was lightweight listening because I was making my lunch.
Yeah.
And I hear him describing this book that he gonna write, and I'm like, a person that moved from New York, a woman that moved from New York to Texas, and she's slowly becoming the MAGA supporter. Like, what is you talking about?
Oh my God, you're so funny.
And you thought he was so good. Well, if we have 2 minutes, I do have a reel of people who've taken the workshops on Clubhouse. You might recognize some of their voices talking about the experience, which I can share with you if you have 2 minutes right now, but I don't want to take over the room with this. I know that's not what we're talking about right now. So up to you.
They ain't talking about shit.
Mel's in charge.
Yeah, they're not talking about nothing, so.
All right, let me play it for you. There's a couple people who've been through the workshops who are talking about it, and here we go. I'd like to invite past participants to share a little bit of your experience going through the workshop.
This workshop was enlightening for me to hear other people's contributions. For me, it's cathartic to learn from the styles of the others and their skills and strengths. We all kind of grew from the experience. Elle kind of guided us and mentored us along the way. So,
Dr. Jordan,
experience the benefit of the workshop if you were trying to do it by yourself. And I think that's the beauty and the purpose of it.
I have a book coming out in February, so you might think, you're already a writer. What are you
writer's workshop for. What I did not have was a real discipline around writing, communicating my thoughts in writing. So one of the things that was really great for me about the workshop was, quite frankly, writing on demand. That's probably my biggest takeaway from the workshop, of just write it, right? If you told me I had 6 weeks to write it, or 6 hours, or 6 minutes, you can do it. So it was really powerful and validating and encouraging for me to see what the group was able to come up with in the space of 10 minutes or 7 minutes. It kind of took the pressure off of, you're being too hard on yourself. Just sit down, just write, and just trust that you have something to say. And I just feel way more equipped and disciplined than I did before, which is kind of a miracle over the course of just a few weeks. The exercises, oh my gosh, this has really got me to get off my self-critical ass, just get going, putting the riding wheels in motion, so to speak. It's been so motivating. The exercises help me jumpstart that creative process and then keep me there. What Denise had mentioned, you've got this time and you've just got to go. You just do it. And wow, it just opened my mind to so many more possibilities, to be able to get through those blocks and enjoy the process, the journey along the way. And of course, with my comrades here, with Jordan and Denise and Victoria, who so inspired me, and discovering things about myself, just the energy, just this fantastic energy in the room. I just felt free. And the best way I can describe it is like a trapeze artist. And you grab that bar and you gotta swing, and then you've gotta let go and trust that that other person is going to catch you. But even if you fall, there's a net. And that's what I felt through the whole thing, is that safety net. I felt like there is no wrong, just do it. And that's what I'm so grateful for.
I didn't have any sort of writing project specifically. I just wanted to get back into the swing of creative writing, and this really helps sort of open up more possibilities or opportunities. But cathartic was the word I was trying to put stop, because writing can be very therapeutic, and that was I got the most out of. So I would highly encourage people, even if you don't have a project that you're looking to work on. We all go through life, we all have different experiences, and journaling, poetry, it's really helpful. I would say that it was very much like a therapeutic opportunity.
Oh, you have been so amazing. And I love the fact that our personalities are all totally different. We're just totally different people, different perspectives, come from different parts of the country, have different backgrounds, and to just learn from each other and hear from each other, we all got something special out of it. If your schedule allows, and I suggest that you make your schedule allow, it's just a worthwhile endeavor to fall in love with the written word. I resoundingly endorse this workshop. It was really amazing.
Yeah, so that gives you a little taste of what people have experienced.
One of those voices sound familiar. I just can't put it down.
It might have been Denise Hamilton, who you may know. On the app, Denise wrote a book that came out last year called Indivisible. The other people were Odile Curcio. I don't know if you know Odile. Dr. Jordan and Victoria, who's been in and out of this room. I know there's been some engagement with Victoria.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, thanks. It was like I said, it was totally an experiment, because people kept coming to me saying, "Oh, I have this project," but they weren't in a position to be able to hire me to work with them. And then finally somebody said, "Well, would you do your workshops?" And I thought, well, I've never done anything online that way. I mean, I do like writing retreats, all over the country and things like that. But it turned out to be really a great platform to do it on. It's totally different than being in a normal clubhouse room. I mean, we don't multitask. We don't ever record anything. I have no recordings of the workshops because it's very intimate. People get very emotional. They're writing about very personal stuff. So it's really a safe place. But this is, we're on our fifth one right now, and I was trying to decide whether to keep doing them because I'm working on my last book and have other projects, but decided that as I'm watching these people grow and seeing work getting done, it's just too good not to. So I've actually approached Clubhouse and asked them if they would consider sponsoring one person each session, just because not everybody can come up with the money to do the workshops. They're not tremendously expensive, but they aren't free either. And I want to see as many people be able to have this experience as possible. So, and it gives me a lot. It's really an honor and a pleasure to get to midwife other people's work. So, yeah, thanks for letting me share it.
You give me 6 more months on this app, trust me, I got 4 stories already, because every character, every person that comes on this app, I mean, y'all are characters. I mean, I know I'm a character too, but y'all are real characters.
There's a movie here, Dan. There's a movie called Clubhouse for sure.
Oh yeah, I believe it, because I mean, like I know people don't use their real names, and sometimes people tell their stories, and sometimes the stories are truthful and exaggerated, but just the conversations, man, like it's just amazing. And you know, I'd love to mix a couple of these people together and make a story. That would be fun. Trent would definitely have to be in there because he's definitely a character. He'd probably be the antagonist. But you know, in Brooklyn, you'll probably be the hero, maybe.
Who's gonna play Trent, Dan?
Cigarette out your mouth.
Well, and I want to
say what?
Who are you gonna cast to play Trent?
I would definitely have. No, I wouldn't say it would be his like persona, right? That's what I would look at his persona and figure out like how can I like take his logic and reasoning and you know his being, you know, and kind of mix it up with somebody else, because I can't do him just directly. I have to mix it up with somebody else, right? And then, you know, create a story where he's just, you know, living a MAGA world, you know, and then he comes in contact with somebody like, you know, a mixed character of like Lisa, Patty, and Brooklyn, right? If I can put all those 3 characters together, that'd be a wild character. And if you have those people together, maybe you and Trent mixed together with Royal, fireworks. I wouldn't call it a bestseller. It would be definitely entertaining, for sure.
I was just playing devil's advocate, seeing if you had someone in mind, like to play Trent.
It's true. This place is full of characters. I mean, I see it. When I came on the app, I was really involved in the Ukrainian sitrep for months, and I mean that place was so full of characters and intrigue and drama. And then I got to know other people on the app, and it was like, oh my God, there's a movie here. There is really a movie called Clubhouse when you think about the different characters who are on this app. I want to respond to you, Ramona, in the chat. You were talking about how you would be able to read your work. It's a really good question. And like I said, we had actually somebody who's blind in the last couple of workshops. And what we do is he does his writing and then he sends it to me, and then one of us read it aloud for him, because you're quite right, the same adaptability that allows him to be doing it on Clubhouse, it negates his ability to then read his work. So I know exactly what you're asking, and we actually hacked it, we solved it, which was great because he's listening to another person in the group who happens to be a voice work artist read his whole book. So he's almost like hearing an audible version of his work, which is just amazing. It's very collaborative in that regard. So yeah, we kind of worked that out so that people who are blind could easily do the workshop.
Okay, Ella, I got an elevator pitch for you. You ready? I'm envisioning a social audio app where the cast of characters much resemble us, organically, naturally come together and do independent journalism based on the current administration that's failing. In this fictional comedy thriller,
it would have to be a comedy. You got that right.
And then definitely a investor comes into one of the rooms, which makes a turn of events a reality where they end up backing and sponsoring us to do a full stop regime change in the U.S. government. So it goes from a social audio app to reality, and the tagline would be, "We vote with our time."
I love it. I totally can picture this. Now I can hear how your mind works and how you develop things. This is great. I love that.
We manifest what we want to watch, right?
100%. You have to be there to get there.
I love it. Shout out to you. I wish you nothing but success with the workshop. Sounds like it doesn't need much more promoting. Sounds like it's running on its own. That's awesome.
Well, it is, and the thing is, I only allow 4 people per workshop because I just can't give people the amount of attention that they need and the quality of attention with any more than 4 people in a 2-hour workshop. So that limits my ability to only be able to do that. So I will be, like I said, opening registration for September, probably this next week. But I can always do 2 workshops at a time, but my plate is starting to fill up. I'm also still recovering from lung cancer.
Oh,
I was diagnosed a little over a year ago and went through treatment, and actually this coming Monday is my 1-year follow-up, so prayers from everybody if you got them. And Clubhouse was amazing. I mean, I had this realization that, I'm used to just sort of pushing through things. I've been doing it my whole life. And when I first got sick, I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to work more. I'm going to have to just do more. And it was like, no, this is not going to work this time. Like, that's my MO. And it was like, no. And I ended up having to give back 2 really big lucrative projects. And I did a GoFundMe. And I was transparent about it on Clubhouse. And people just came through for me. I mean, I did it in real life community as well. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I've never asked anybody for a cent, but I really needed help in order to take 6 months to just heal and focus on my own recovery. And hopefully everything will be fine. I'll catch you guys up next week after the CAT scan.
Wow, that's congratulations on beating it so far. I was looking up while you were talking. Maitake and reishi, specifically reishi mushrooms, are really good mushrooms for lung cancer. Shiitake as well. Shiitake, maitake, and reishi are all 3 great mushrooms. The shiitake is delicious. Reishi is like something you want to make with a tea. And then maitake you can cook with as well. They're good sautés.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm very into functional medicine, so I'll write that down.
Can I ask you a question too? Is it L or Ellie or what's
It's L, like the letter L.
L. Okay, so just taking it back to the politically correct thing. How is or how will what the political landscape has been like and the laws that have recently been passed gonna affect your treatment and or the delivery of your treatment? Has that been determined yet, or are you still kind of waiting for that, or you anticipate something like? Because I know this is.
Are you talking about insurance coverage?
Yeah, just all that stuff. Like, how is that going to impact it? Is it going to impact it within the lifetime of your treatment, or is it something that it's kind of outside of that time frame?
Well, hopefully I don't need any more treatment, but I'm actually 71 years old, so I'm on Medicare, and I also have a secondary policy, which is killing me. I mean, my monthly premiums for insurance before out-of-pocket meds is almost $600 a month. That said, I haven't paid a penny for anything in years, for any doctors, any hospital, any treatments, nothing. So I spend a lot of money on healthcare, but they shouldn't be able to touch any of that because it's not Medicaid, it's actually Medicare.
So you're in the clear for now, so that's good to hear. So
yeah, I mean, presumably everything is fine. We'll see on Monday what the CAT scan shows. If it hasn't metastasized, we'll just continue to be good to go. So that's what I'm hoping for. Thanks for asking.
You got this too.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
We're here with you.
Thank you, you guys.
Pushing through.
They said green tea is a good tea of choice. I don't know if you like tea or if you like green tea specifically.
I'm more of a mint tea person, but that's because some of the meds I'm on make me nauseated, so I'm kind of a mint tea person, but I do ginger tea as well.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and turmeric obviously is really good to add to that. Yeah, I have 2 aunts that beat breast cancer, and yeah, it's so sad seeing women younger and younger, facing cancer. It really is, let food be thy medicine, as they say. I think Joe Salatin said that. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food.
Absolutely. Actually, one of the things that happened this week in my world that was very sad was that, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Andrea Gibson. Andrea Gibson is the poet laureate of Colorado. Absolutely amazing human being. And they died of ovarian cancer. And she was just fucking believable. In fact, if you really want to hear something that's going to blow your mind, I would play one of her spoken word pieces for you. It's called Yes, and it actually relates to this room. If you'd let me share this, I would be grateful, because we've been talking about stuff that is so hard and painful, and we struggle with it every day. I'd love to share this with you because this is so beautiful. Let me see if I can grab it. This is Andrea Gibson. She passed away on Monday. She's all over the internet. If you do Substack or Instagram or TikTok, you're going to see her. I'm going to say there because she's trans. They are trans, so I want to be respectful to her pronouns here. It doesn't really matter at the moment one way or the other, but let me share this with you. The poem is called Yes, and let me grab it. Okay, here we go. Hang on a second. When 2 violins are played. Whoops, sorry. Give me a second. Hold on. Gotta get rid of this ad. All right, here we go. When 2 violins are placed in a room, if a chord on one violin is struck, the other violin will sound that same note. If this is your definition of hope, this is for you. For the ones who know how powerful we are, who know we can sound the music and the people around us simply by playing our own strings. For the ones who sing life into broken wings, open their chests and offer their breath as wind on a still day when nothing seems to be moving. Spare those intent on proving God is dead. For you.
Ew, what are you playing? Ew.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I wasn't on mic. This is Andrea Gibson, who is the poet laureate of Colorado, who passed away on Monday from ovarian cancer, who was an incredible force to be reckoned with. And this is her spoken word poem called Yes.
Okay, sweetheart. Thank you.
Yes.
No,
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that I was in my
listen to. Thank you.
Yeah, no. That's my
Here,
fault.
she wants her consent, and I gotta get her to sign her consent first. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay. Are you okay
Yes,
with
I was
this?
able to sign her consent, and she's getting some of her consent.
Did you say yes or no? Are you okay with what's
How
going
Gen
on?
X are getting their teenage bodies back. So this is my mom, and this is my grandma. I recently posted a picture.
Okay, here we go. When 2 violins are placed in a room, if a chord on one violin is struck, the other violin will sound that same note. If this is your definition of hope, this is for you. For the ones who know how powerful we are, who know we can sound the music and the people around us simply by playing our own strings. For the ones who sing life into broken wings, open their chests and offer their breath as wind on a still day when nothing seems to be moving. Spare those intent on proving God is dead. For you, when your fingers are red,
from clutching your heart so it will beat faster, for the time you mastered the art of giving yourself for the sake of someone else, for the ones who have felt what it is to crush the lies and lift truth so high the steeples bow to the sky. This is for you. And this is for that moon. On the night she seems hung by a noose. For the people who cut her loose, and for the people still waiting for the rope to burn, about to learn they have scissors in their hands. This is for the man who showed me the hardest thing about having nothing is having nothing to give. Who said the only reason to live is to give ourselves away. So this is for the day we'll work for something real. We'll feel for sunshine in the shadows, look for sun rays in the shade. This is for the people who rattle the cage that slave wage built. And for the ones who didn't know the filth until tonight. But right now, I'm beginning songs that sound something like people turning their porch lights on and calling the homeless back home. This is for everything we own. And for the day we'll learn how much we have when we learn to give that all away. This is for doubt becoming faith, for falling from grace and climbing back up, for trading our silver platter for something that matters, like the gold that shines from our hands when we hold each other. This is for your grandmother, who walked 1,000 miles on broken glass to find that single patch of grass, to plant a family tree where the fruit would grow to laugh. For the ones who know the math of war has always been subtraction, so they live like an action of addition. For you, when you give, like every star is wishing on you. And for the people still wishing on stars, this is for you too. And this is for the time you went through hell so someone else wouldn't have to. For the time you taught a 14-year-old girl she was powerful. For the time you taught a 14-year-old boy he was beautiful. For the radical anarchist asking a Republican to dance, because what's the chance of anyone moving from right to left if the only moves they see are Fox News? This is for no becoming yes, for fear becoming trust, for saying I love you to people who will never say it to us, for scraping away the rust and remembering how to shine, for the dime you gave away when you didn't have a penny, for the many beautiful things you do, for every song you've ever sung, for refusing to believe in miracles because miracles are the impossible coming true and everything is possible. This is for the possibility that guides us, and for the possibility still waiting to sing and spread their wings inside us, because tonight Saturn is on his knees proposing with all of his 10,000 rings that whatever song we've been singing, we sing even more. The world needs us right now more than it ever has before. Pull all your strings, play every chord. If you're writing letters to the prisoners, start tearing down the bars. If you're handing out flashlights in the dark, start handing out stars. Never go a second hushing the percussion of your heart. Play loud, play like you know the clouds that left too many people cold and broken, and you're the last chance for sun. Play like there's no time for hoping brighter days will come. Play like the apocalypse is only 4, 3, 2, but you have a drum in your chest that could save us. You have a song like a breath that could raise us like a sunrise into a dark sky that cries to be blue. Play like you know we won't survive if you don't, but we will if you do. Play like Saturn is on his knees, proposing with all of his 10,000 rings that we give every single breath. Y'all, this is for saying yes.
That's Andrea Gibson. May she rest in peace.
Very beautiful. Thank you for that. Beautiful way to start the day.
Well, we get so buried in despair that, this was a very, very bright light who affected so many millions of people. And I'm just, in the Jewish tradition of mourning for a year, I'm going to be playing this every day for this year.
It's a mitzvah, as your people will say.
So back to you, Patty.
What did you say she was, Elle? I'm sorry, missed that.
You know what? I don't know, but I'm going to guess maybe like around 48. But let me check. I don't know. I know she was diagnosed 2 years ago. This was recorded right after she was diagnosed. And you can see watching, I keep saying she, and I need to stop doing that. I need to say they because Andrea is trans. I don't know how old. You can see that they're struggling a little bit for breath in this. But I mean, there's so, if you check out something called Button Poetry, that's where some of the best spoken word is. Let me check and see how old they're.
Yeah, I didn't need to know exact, but the point was she was young. Very young.
I was right, she's 49. So just shy of turning 50. There was an amazing poem that somebody shared. It was a reel of her sitting there reading something.
Thanks, Pat.
Absolutely, you're very welcome. I would say anytime, but I was woefully ill-equipped to do that. So, yeah, it was...
Thanks. You have a great voice. I almost thought you were a computer.
I don't get it. So what does it all mean?
Stupid ass thing, like, ooh, we're gonna lose some power. Y'all don't have no fucking power. Most of y'all ain't even your own boss. You working for a white man. Okay? So when y'all talk about these things about wielding power, I think the reason why y'all are so obsessed with having power over your woman is because you don't have any power anywhere else in your life. So you are obsessed with having power over your woman.
You begging a woman, you begging a woman to like you is crazy.
Can I finish?
Begging a woman
Can I
to
finish?
actually
Yo, Breezy.
go ahead.
I just think it's wild
She just
that
walked in.
people that have no you don't have no power in
Just
your real
deleted
life.
it.
So
Okay,
you're obsessed
great.
with coming home and trying to dominate over somebody else. Cause you can't tell your boss to go fuck theyself. You can't tell your boss to shut up. So now you gonna go home and tell that woman to shut up. I laugh at y'all niggas every single day. I'm so glad. Cause you know what? I didn't want to listen to somebody, so I went out and became my own boss. You should do it too. Instead of crying in the car thinking you're gonna wield some type of power over somebody that you don't have.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
No, because I'm next.
So,
All
the
right.
fuck you just get in here and talk about you next? This is cute. No, go ahead, bro. You been here for a minute. Yeah, Militant been waiting and the other brother been waiting. You gotta wait.
Yeah, let me get in queue then.
You in queue. We got you. It's possible.
Laughing over here.
Man, mute the fuck up, man.
It's possible for the angry mob, the angry minds, to let other people join in on the conversation. I don't want to say y'all names, you know what I'm saying? But can y'all let other people speak who haven't spoken? Y'all been kind of like dominating the conversation for a minute, and there's other people that want to speak. Would y'all mind doing that? Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, that was redundant. We literally just said that. But go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to really it's not.
Hold on, can I? Is it on me?
Yes, sir.
On you right now.
Rob.
Angry.
Hold on, Breezy. Rob, and then there was another brother that asked me to speak. You've been for a minute, and then Breezy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. So, I was just listening, and I put it in the chat that there's no way out in this. I've been married before, and I'm seeing somebody right now. We're very serious. If I love you, I'm not trying to put my hands on you. The only way I'm putting my hands on somebody is to protect myself. If I need to protect myself from a woman that I'm with, I'm not going to be with her in the first place. I just don't believe in putting your hands on somebody. I have no right. I don't. And as a woman, we're adults. So I don't control you. We don't control each other. You're my woman and I'm your man. You're my wife and I'm your husband. But that doesn't mean I control you because I'm your husband. Doesn't mean I run roughshod over you because I'm your husband. Sure, I'm the head of the household, but it doesn't mean that I have rights to put my hands on you because you're belligerent or rude. It just means that if you get that way, I'm just going to leave you alone. But that doesn't give me the right to put my hands on you. And they'll talk about this traditional thing about what men used to do. Most men traditionally didn't put their hands on their husbands or put their hands on their wives. They weren't beating. Most men weren't beating their women over the head. They just weren't. I mean, some were, just like some do now. Which is, to me, is a really sad situation when a man has to put his hands on a woman that he says he loves. Just like a woman put her hands on a